He lived in a city where crime was rampant, and the people lived in fear. The streets were filled with thugs, and the police were powerless to stop them. But the man was different. He was a fighter, a warrior who had trained his entire life for this moment. His heart was heavy as he thought of his girl. She had been taken by the crime lord, a cruel and ruthless man who ruled the city with an iron fist. The man had tried to rescue her, but he had been captured and left for dead. But he had survived, and now he was ready to fight back. He stepped out of his apartment, the cold air hitting him like a slap in the face. He walked through the deserted streets, his sword at the ready. He knew he was taking a risk, but he was willing to do whatever it took to win back his girl. As he approached the crime lord's headquarters, he could feel his heart racing. He knew that this was the moment of truth. He pushed open the door and stepped inside, his sword at the ready. The crime lord was waiting for him, a smirk on his face. "I've been expecting you," he said, his voice dripping with malice. The man didn't say a word. He lunged forward, his sword flashing in the air. The crime lord was quick, but the man was quicker. They fought with a ferocity that was unmatched, their swords clashing in a deadly dance. The man was determined to win, to take back what was rightfully his. He fought with all his might, his sword slicing through the air. And then, finally, he struck the final blow. The crime lord fell to the ground, his body lifeless. The man stood over him, his sword still in his hand. He looked around the room, his eyes scanning the faces of the people who had been held captive by the crime lord. And then he saw her. His girl, standing in the corner, tears streaming down her face. He ran to her, taking her in his arms. "I've got you," he said, his voice filled with emotion. Together, they walked out of the headquarters, the people of the city cheering them on. The man had won, and he had won back his girl. He knew that there was still work to be done, but for now, he was content. He had fought for what he believed in, and he had come out victorious.